Well, look what fell into my lap. This, to anybody that may not be able to know or recognize or whatever, this happens to be a Dell Optiplex. It's a mini. It's a 7080 mini. And we don't know a lot of details about this yet. We do know that it's Datto branded. And Datto, for those of you that don't know, and I didn't without doing a little bit of digging, they are a company focused on business continuity. So recovery, backup, data, things like that. If you have multiple locations and you have people doing jobs in multiple areas and you have a disaster of some type in one area, you want to make sure that that information is safe and being used, or the business is being recovered or done by the other areas not affected by whatever disaster. They're specialists in that, and evidently a leader in that. I didn't know that. What I do know is this ended up in my hands, and I'm going to take a look at it and see exactly what it is. It looks pretty robust. It's a little 1 liter Dell. It's got quite a bit of, yeah, it looks pretty good. I am sure this has no graphics solution whatsoever except for whatever's on the processor. So we'll have to see that too, and we'll go digging. But yeah, let's take a look and see what we got. So on the front, we've got a power button on the far left-hand side. We've got an LED for the hard drive. We've got audio. And the USB-C and A, both of these are 3.2 Gen 2, I believe I've been told, or what the stats look like they are. So, and then on the back, we're going to look. We've got 2 display ports. Of course, we've got the power in. It's a 90 watt brick. Power comes in there. 4 USB 3.2 Gen 2, and the Ethernet. It does have space where we can add a couple things. If we want to add another video, or if we want to put Wi-Fi antenna on there, there has a little bit of a space net adaptivity for that. The thumb screw is pretty cool because it's self-contained. It stays on when we slide the cover off. But those 4 USBs on the back are a little bit misleading because we're going to use at least 2 of them for our peripherals. But that's okay. Still, it should give us plenty. We're going to open it up. We're going to test it out. We're going to look at it. It's probably not doing a whole lot of good me banging it like that, but everything in here is solid state. There's no mechanical drive, so maybe you'll forgive me. Pretty easy to get into it. Just a thumb screw on the back, and this panel will slide forward. We'll be able to look at it in just a second here. The panel does slide off, and she's a little dusty. But what I'm noticing here is you can barely see it. There's an NVMe here. There is another one I think is hidden underneath this slide. It's a 2.5 inch for SSD. It's got a connector in the back here. Very, very convenient. Look at that. A full-size NVMe, and I will tell you that I've already looked at it. It's a 2 terabyte. This is a 256. That's more than likely your OS. And then we don't know quite what's underneath, what the processor is, but it looks like by taking a little bit of a look here, it looks like this is not soldered in, that I can actually replace that processor if I want to. However, heat would be an issue, so I have to make sure it's still a low power processor. We'll dig a little bit. We'll find out what's in here. I like that the SATA connector is already here. There are video connectors and stuff like that, but I'm not going to try to put a video solution on this. I don't believe it's too small, too cramped. But we've got plenty of input and output all over the place. USB-C, some USB A's that are at least Gen 3. We'll take a look at this. From what I've seen, most of these 7080s are 10th gen. It also says i3 on it. So I'm thinking this is probably going to be, I don't know, 10100 or a 10300 or something. We'll have to take a look and see. We'll pull it open. We'll clean it up. It is a little dusty, but I will turn this on and I'll see what happens. If there's anything proprietary, obviously I'm not going to show that. But what I will show is if we have to like reformat, say put Windows on it, and then we'll do some testing. But yeah, pretty compact, pretty small, pretty, yeah. This does not have Wi-Fi on it. I've seen a lot of these have a Wi-Fi connector here, but it looks like you could put an adapter, and obviously there is space for it here. There's another SATA or another NVMe. So there's 3 slots in here. That's pretty crazy. Anyway, let's pull this apart a little bit more. Try to see what processor we actually have, and I will let you know what I find out if when I turn this on, if this is something that's ready to go or something we're going to have to redo. I will also see if both of these drives are good. But yeah, that's pretty healthy. Now the fan comes up pretty easily, but that is a chunkin' heatsink, isn't it? Wow. And the airflow is designed to go across that heatsink, so maybe, just maybe, temps won't be that big of a problem. I do have at least one DIMM in here. It's a 16 gig and DDR4, so we might be able to expand that to 32. This might be quite a powerful little system. And the reason why I am considering this at all is because, well, that down there takes up a lot of power. And this at the most should be like 35 watts. Yeah. So maybe I can get away with doing that and use a separate NAS. By the way, I also acquired a 4-bay NAS. But that's a different video. So it turns out this little puppy, I put a 500 gig hard drive in there with Windows 11, by the way. It's got a 10100T in it. So it is something we can swap out later if we decide to. But yeah, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of cleanup because this is running a little bit warm. It's not hot, but it's a little bit warm. I think it will handle some workloads. I might see if I can run a couple of games on it. I did put Bazite on it, and it ran through. I didn't have any performance because I was just trying to see if it was set up, and I wasn't sure what was on what hard drive or what SSD. So it turns out the other one was Bazite. This one's Windows 11, so I've got them labeled, obviously, now. Anyway, so yeah, it's 4-core, 8-thread. We've got the drives are all showing up, but they are not showing up with the numbers assigned, obviously, because this was an Ubuntu and this was a kiosk, it looks like, or of some type, or a workstation that was separate, running on a Linux server. So, yeah, it doesn't have drive letters assigned, but it's got a 256 and it's got a 2 terabyte. Those are not going to stay in here, I don't think. We will probably use some form or fashion of an SSD, but I might see if this makes a good Proxmox server. We'll see. But in any case, yeah, pretty compact, pretty good. DisplayPort cable, not an HDMI, it's DisplayPort, but we've got that hooked up and running. And yeah, that's a video that's coming up later. That's for the cheapest 1440p monitor I can find on Amazon. Anyway, back to this. So far, this is pretty cool. Little i3 can be upgraded, but some of those chips, they're not exactly cheap. And I got this for free, so it may be worth the upgrade. But it does have 16 gig of 2666, regular SODIMM memory. So maybe that's an option as well. I don't want to try to make this too power hungry because, well, it's a small form factor and it'll like burn up inside. But we'll see what we can do. Definitely needs a cleanup though. There's some dust in there. So this little thing ends up being pretty cool. It's a 1 liter, and I have to correct myself. It is a 780 micro, not a mini. It came with a 256. It came with a 2 terabyte. I put the 500 gig with the Windows installation in it just to, make sure I had something that I could test with. I did go ahead and test a few things. Try to run Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Did get it working. A couple of videos ago, I had some problems trying to get that to work. I fixed that now. It performed about like you would expect it to. 720p, lowest settings. Yeah, it was a slideshow. And it was even worse trying to get it at 1080. The video in here is not made for that, and that's fine. I don't need it for that. I just need a video out when I go ahead and set this up. Yeah, the USBs, all of them Gen 3 by 2. Works fine for me. And I am going to have to clean this up just a little bit, the fans and all that stuff, and I'll probably do a little bit of a repaste. Didn't seem like it was running that hot, but when I was running Cinebench, the fans did kick up a little bit. Still, decent score though, 4444. It fit in right around some of the a little bit older i7s, so not bad at all. It will do the job I need it to do. Now I just have to figure out what that job is. I think it's going to end up being my Proxmox server, which will replace that bad boy right there. But that is also my my NAS, so I have to figure that out. But as I mentioned, another video coming, and that one right there, that box, those will be later videos because I did score a 4-bay NAS. So anyway, yeah, this ended up just falling into my lap. It's a decent deal. It is branded but I can replace that button with a Dell button, or I can leave it like it is, or maybe I can 3D print one with my TPG on it. Who knows? Anyway, well worth it. Glad it fell into my lap. We will do some digging with it as I configure this, clean it up, configure it for what it's going to be used next. I'll do another video, but for the time being, yeah. If you get a hold of one of these, I see some of them that have the PCIe connection in it. Some of the Lenovo's and all that stuff, they have the PIE bridge that you can go ahead and put an adapter and put a video card. That might be worth seeing. That's not what this was, though. So I'm going to take it for what it is, be grateful that it fell into my lap, and be quite happy with being able to use it. So if you got anything out of the video, you're curious about it or anything like that, this was brand new to me. I was thinking about trying to get one of these, didn't find one for the price I wanted, and then when it happened, it's like, oh yeah, I'd be a fool to pass that one up. So I'm not, I obviously I took it. Really surprised to find the drives that were in there. It's already got 16 gig of memory instead of somebody slumming it and giving me like 4. So I'm really, really happy with the haul. But if you got anything out of the video, go ahead and throw a like on it. If you're not already subscribed, please do. Really, really close to that 1600. We'd love to push through that, and then 2, and then 3, and then keep on going. Don't forget to hit the other socials. Discord, I'm streaming on that purple channel a little bit more often, things like that. But if you don't do any of those, if you don't like, subscribe, hit the other socials or anything, please just do me one favor, and that's be good to each other. Smile, wave, hold the door open, say good morning. Yeah, something simple. It doesn't cost anything to be nice. They say, and I think I've said it before on the channel, don't be a jerk. Yeah, just don't be a jerk. Be nice. You never know when it could make somebody's day. Anyway, yeah, that's all I have for right now. So until I get myself into something I got no business getting into, and obviously there's a bunch of it around, that's going to do it for me, and I'll see you later.